It's easy to write off this village as just another sleepy Kentish village. It's quiet, it's picturesque, and it's arguably one of the most overlooked spots in Kent. But what if I told you that the reason your supermarket has affordable, perfectly sized apples is thanks to a discovery made in this very spot more than a century ago? While the rest of the world rushed into the future, this village was busy rewriting the DNA of our apples. Welcome to East Malling. This is where the famous M9 rootstock was developed, a discovery that helped shape the modern commercial fruit industry as we know it today. The surrounding area was historically covered with orchards and hop gardens, helping Kent earn its reputation as the Garden of England. While commuters speed past the village green on their way to London, we're slowing down to see why this quiet spot is actually a great place to live. Life here carries a deliberate pace, deeply rooted in agricultural heritage. The village core remains historic, showcasing ancient timber frames. The peaceful atmosphere reveals itself as people stroll along the research orchard pathways. Later, locals gather to enjoy a Sunday roast under the rustic wooden beams of the local King and Queen pub. However, a fascinating local contradiction exists. While East Malling fiercely protects its peaceful, rural identity, the area is administratively joined with nearby Larkfield as a single civil parish. Some residents of the historic village prefer to maintain a distinct East Malling identity rather than be associated with the larger residential areas of nearby Larkfield. Yet both share a council, creating a subtle contrast in identity that becomes apparent when spending time in the area. For professionals calculating logistics, the reality is that despite an agricultural feel, the area ranks highly among Kent commuter towns for connectivity. The village railway station sits centrally, providing direct services to London Victoria. During morning rush hours, peak trains depart at intervals of roughly 30 minutes, with the fastest direct peak services completing the journey in around 1 hour. This makes living in East Malling highly practical. However, standing in the quiet orchards, depending on location and conditions, the distant hum of the nearby motorway can occasionally serve as a reminder that the busy metropolis is never truly far away. Daily life means balancing serene views against metropolitan infrastructure, where rural heritage and commuter practicality continue to overlap. When exploring the Kent property market, understanding comparative value is key. A standard 3-bedroom house serves as an excellent benchmark when comparing it against its neighbours. West Malling is typically up to 15 to 20% more expensive as it offers a busier historic high street, but buyers pay a premium for that prestige. Conversely, Kings Hill is typically up to 10 to 15% more expensive and offers modern estates but lacks a railway station. Finally, Aylesford is typically up to 5 to 10% less expensive. Unlike Kings Hill, buyers secure a direct rail link here, and unlike Aylesford, residents avoid some of the well-known traffic congestion often associated with Hermitage Lane. This positions the village in a great sweet spot. Property comparisons are indicative and based on a broad review of current listings, publicly available market data, and general local trends. Actual values will vary depending on property type, condition, exact location, and timing of sale. For relocating households, family life revolves around a supportive, close-knit community. The primary education reputation is reassuring, with St. James the Great Academy widely praised by local parents for a warm, inclusive atmosphere. For older children, the Morling School provides mixed secondary education, heavily oversubscribed and respected for an international baccalaureate sixth form programme. A unique detail known only to locals is quickly learned. While residents can wander through the research orchards on public footpaths, children must be taught never to pick the fruit, as these trees act as scientific experiments. There is an active community battle to protect the local greenbelt, with residents fighting developers to prevent the historic green gap from disappearing. This is typically the point where a prospective buyer either fully commits to the location or begins to question if the rural charm has been overly romanticised. Ultimately, deciding on moving to East Morling suits those who want a genuine village feel without sacrificing connectivity. Families appreciating quiet routines while requiring a direct link to the city will thrive. The hidden downside remains the integration with Larkfield, which can be felt as a sudden shift from ancient lanes to housing estates. The village is an honest working piece of the Kentish countryside. Those wanting expensive prestige or manicured uniformity might find this corner too quiet. But individuals valuing genuine history, a great community and space to breathe will find establishing roots here a remarkably smart decision. And beneath its rural simplicity lies a legacy that quietly reached far beyond the village itself. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video useful. Help me create more videos like this by hitting subscribe. If you'd like to check the videos featuring West Morling, Kings Hill and Aylesford, you can find them in the playlist below.